open up the Footprint software. You can access this from the My UNB portal from the Footprints tab or the VPN tab on the drop-down menu on the left-hand side. Either will take you to Footprints, but the Footprints tab can only be used when you are connected to the My UNB Wi-Fi. On the right-hand side of the page, it will state which page you are on. To write a log, make sure that you are under the correct page. For example, if you are a proctor at Neville Jones, you should be on Res Logs Neville Jones House. When you are ready to write your log, click New Occurrence on the left-hand side of the page. In the title bar, write the date of your log you are writing. For example, Thursday, July 21st, 2016. The next bar down is where you must select the entry type. There are two boxes that you must select options from. For the first box, if you are writing a log after a night on duty, then select General Log. If you are writing a log after delivering a discipline, such as a written warning or fine, then select Disciplinary. If you are logging a maintenance issue, then select Facilities. For the purpose of this video, we'll be writing a general log, such as the one done after a night on duty. For the second box, select Open. This will allow the other members of your house team to access the log so they can read it and stay informed of what is going on in the house. Next, you must fill out your contact information so that we know who wrote the log. Fill in your last name, first name, email address, full name, and phone number. Next, click on Description on the left-hand side of the page. This is where you will actually write out a log of the events. More on this later. Once you've written the description part of your log, click on Issue Information on the left-hand side of the page. In the Outcome box, you'll need to pick the option that fits the situation. If this is a disciplinary log, then pick the corresponding discipline from the list. If this is simply a duty log, then pick No Choice. The next box is Referral. If you have referred someone to a campus resource and the details are included in your log, then choose the corresponding resource. If you have not referred anyone to a resource, simply pick No Choice. The next box is Date and Time of Occurrence. This refers to the time that you are writing the log. You can either manually input the time, or you can click the box for an automatic current time input. The next box you'll need to fill out is Room Number. If you are writing a fine, then the room number refers to the room of the individual that received the fine. If you are writing a facilities log, then the room number refers to the room in which the maintenance issue is in. If you are writing a general log and a major incident occurred, then you may want to list that room as the room number. However, if you are writing a general log and there were no major incidents, then simply write NA for the room number. In the last box on that page, Residence, just choose the residence for which you are a proctor in. Click on Attachments on the left-hand side of the page. This is where you could upload a photo or other supporting document if you thought it was necessary to complete the log. For example, if you found that someone had put graffiti on the hallway wall, then you may want to include a photo of this. Please note that an attachment is not always necessary. Click Notifications on the left-hand side of the page. This is where you will need to assign the log to your resident's don. Simply click on the name of your don on the left box and it will appear on the right box. Click Save on the bottom right corner of the page. Congratulations, you've just written a log. There are correct ways and incorrect ways to write logs. Let's take a look at some specific examples. Proctor Jessica on duty. Rounds performed every 30 minutes from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then hourly from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Many students were socializing throughout the house. At 8:30 p.m., there was a group of approximately 12 students standing in the breezeway between Neville Jones and Harrison House. They were yelling, "Fuck Neville Jones," and "NJ, we're gonna come fuck you up," towards the building. Security was called and arrived promptly to deal with this group. At 10:15 p.m., student Rachel Green, room 214, was found in the second-floor bathroom vomiting. Her roommate, Monica Geller, was there with her. Monica informed me that Rachel had drank an excessive amount of alcohol that night. Rachel appeared to be quite intoxicated, yet was still conscious and responsive. Upon checking up with Rachel again at 10:45 p.m., she no longer was vomiting and was significantly less intoxicated than before. During my round at 12 a.m., a group of students was found clustered on the first-floor hallway. Student Chandler Bing jumped up and attempted to touch the ceiling with his elbow. He broke the ceiling tile and had a cut on his elbow. The cut was a minor injury, and I was able to bandage it for him. I explained that there would be consequences for breaking the ceiling tile. He was very apologetic and explained that he had done it on a dare, but that he realized his mistake. I used 2 gauze bandages, 1 pair of gloves, and some medical tape out of the first aid kit. Final round performed at 2 a.m. and house shut down. At 2:45 a.m., I received an anonymous text on the duty phone from a resident explaining that room 315 was being very loud. I asked room 315 to please quiet down and reminded them that it was now quiet hours. Residents Phoebe Buffet and Janice Hosenstein were inside and they complied. No further issues to report. No further calls or texts to the duty phone. Clearly state when you have performed your rounds. Whenever a resident is mentioned, you must mention their full name and room number. State any phone calls or texts you received on the duty phone, including the time and caller, if possible. Clearly explain incidents that occur without using slang or biases. Jay Weeks on duty. Did some rounds throughout the night. Students partying all night, everywhere. A group of Harrison peeps were yelling rude insults at Neville, so I called security to come deal with those fuckers. Later that night, I found Rachel puking her guts up in the bathroom. She was loaded AF. Monica was there holding her hair. She was the real MVP. I checked up on Rachel later, and she was fine. On my round, I found Chandler. He stupidly broke the ceiling tile with his elbow. I used my first aid skills to clean him up. Got a text past quiet hours complaining that room 315 was being too loud. I told them to shut up, and they did. Nothing else happened. Do not let your personal opinions or emotions bias your log. Do not use unclear or ambiguous language. Use intoxicated, not loaded or hammered. Describe incidents with as much detail as possible. Proctor Jessica on duty. Rounds performed at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and 10 p.m. Many students were in the first floor lounge doing homework. House shut down at 10 p.m. Received text on duty phone at 10:30 p.m. from resident Joey Tribbiani, room 303, asking to be let into his room, as he was locked out. Joey was led into his room. No further calls or texts to the duty phone. Even though there were no major incidents, this shows that you are easily accessible around the house. Nothing to report. This is uninformative and does not show that you were an active presence in the house while on duty. You need to show us that you are doing your job. Nothing to report is never an appropriate log to submit. When should logs be written? As soon as possible. If you are on duty, write the log after you close down the house. This way, the events of the night are fresh in your mind and you are less likely to forget important details. Additionally, this allows the other members of your house team to read your log and stay informed on what is going on in the house. If it is a hectic night on duty and there are a lot of things going on, you may find it helpful to write a running log on your phone. This will help you to remember all the important details at the end of the night. Great work! Now you know how to write a log.